Dear students of First BCom, I'm pretty sure that all of you are sitting at home wondering when exactly the class are going to begin again. But we don't know whether we are going to have regular classes before the examination begins, because of the prevailing situation. So I thought I could come online and teach you some of the poems and essays that we have not done in the class. Let us today deal with the third poem in your textbook, that is Solitude. Solitude is written by Ella Wheeler Wilcox, a very famous American poet. She is best known for her anthology titled Poems of Passion. And your Solitude is extracted from this anthology. In this poem, she examines the way in which we deal with our joys and sorrows, fortune and misfortune in our life. What is the title of the poem? Solitude. Solitude means the state of being lonely or alone. Let us read the poem and then come back to discuss the theme later. Solitude. Laugh, the world laughs with you. Weep, you weep alone. For the sad, all earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Sing, the hills will answer. Sigh, it is lost on the air. The echoes bound to a joyful sound, but shrink from voicing care. Rejoice, the men will seek you. Grieve, they turn and go. They want full measure of your pleasure, but they do not need your woe. Be glad, your friends are many. Be sad, you lose them all. There are none to decline your nectar wine, but alone you must drink the life's gall. Feast, and your halls are crowded. Fast, and the world goes by. Succeed and give, it helps you live, but no man can help you die. There is room in the halls of pleasure for a large and lordly train, but one by one we must all file on through the narrow aisles of pain. Come back to the first stanza. The poet begins the poem by saying, laugh, the world laughs with you. What does it mean? If you are happy, there are many to share your happiness, to have a share of your happiness. Enjoy themselves sitting with you. But if you are weeping, then others refuse to sit with you for a long time. They may spend 5 or 10 minutes with you, but later they'll push off, saying that they have got other things to do. So if you are laughing, when do you laugh? When you're happy. Others are there with you. The entire world laughs with you. What does world mean? The society in which you live. Everybody sits with you and enjoys. But if you are sad, if you are weeping, then you are condemned to be alone. Others will not be with you at that time. For the sad, all earth must borrow its mirth. The poet says that the earth is basically, primarily sad. Think about everybody's life in this world. Your life, my life, his life, her life. See, most of the times we are sad. Happiness comes to us rarely. So when we are already burdened with our unhappiness or sadness and sorrows, we won't be happy to have a share of others' unhappiness. See, when I have got my own problems to be tackled, why should I care for the sorrows of others? So what does the world do? The world tries to borrow mirth. Look at the last word in the line, mirth. What does mirth mean? Joy expressed by laughing, by smiling. You express your joy. See, everybody tries to derive some happiness from others, okay, from the society in which he or she is living. What is the reason? They are already burdened with their own sufferings. So for the sad old earth, it must borrow mirth from others. Next line makes it very clear. The earth has trouble enough of its own. So when you have got your own trouble, you need to tackle those things. Then you try to get happiness from others. Sing and the hills will answer. The poet says that if you express your joy by singing loudly, nature will react to it. Nature will accept. Look at the line again. Sing, the hills will answer. What do the hills stand for? The hills stand for nature. The world around you. Nature around you. If you go to a hill and sing loudly, you will hear the echoes. So the poet says that nature is reacting to your laughter. Even nature is happy to partake of your happiness. The echoes sing and the hills will answer by echoing your singing. On the other hand, if you sigh, when do you sigh? What does sigh mean? Sigh is taking a deep breath, expressing your sorrow. So when you sigh, it gets lost. Nobody will hear that. Even if others hear that, they won't accept it. They'll just reject it. So your sigh, which is not loud enough, gets lost in the air. So the echoes, the same theme is continued. The echoes bound to a joyful sound. Suppose you make a joyful sound, joyful, cheerful, happy. You laugh loudly. Then the echoes will come rushing towards you to accept it. But if you voice your care, express your sorrow, what do the echoes do? The echoes withdraw. They go back. Or they get shrunk. That means the same echoes which accept your happiness will reject your sorrows. That won't accept your sorrows, but it always welcomes your joyful sound. Rejoice, men will seek you. The same meaning. If you're happy, if you express your happiness, other men, others will come in search of you. On the contrary, if you grieve means cry, weep, express your sorrow, they'll turn and go. They will not sit with you. Okay? They'll push off, they'll go away. Rejoice, others are with you. Grieve, others will refuse to be with you. What do others want? They want full measure of your pleasure. So if you are radiating, if you are spreading happiness, others will be with you. But they do not need your voice, grief, sadness. If you are expressing, spreading unhappiness, sorrow or sufferings, nobody wants it. So others welcome your happiness and reject your sadness, woes. Be glad. Your friends are many. If you are happy, you can make even 1,000, 10,000 friends. But if you are sad, you will lose all the friends. Just imagine today you have got 10 friends or 20 friends, 30 friends. Tomorrow, all of a sudden, you start talking about your difficulties to everybody. Every time, 24 into 7, what will your friends do? They'll bid goodbye to you, rather good riddance. They'll say they'll go away. They won't sit with you. You will lose all your friends. There are none to decline your nectar wine. Suppose you have got a cup of wine filled with nectar. Nectar is the honey that you see in flowers. So if there is nectared wine, 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh people will come to drink it. So if you offer, what does it stand for? It stands for happiness. Nectared wine stands for happiness, joy, okay, or your fortune. So if you give it to others, everybody will come forward to accept it. But if you are left with a glass of sufferings, glass of sorrow, then others won't come to have a share of it. You need to drink it alone, right? That is your burden. And you need to endure it alone, yourself. Others will not support you. So if you are giving something good to others, they'll accept. If you are giving something sad or bad to others, nobody will accept it. Feast. Your halls are crowded. Think of a huge hall which can accommodate even 2,000 people. And if the hall has happiness, can provide happiness, so if there's a beautiful party, a nice party like birthday party, then so many will come to attend it. So if you are feasting, giving food to others, okay, giving good things to others or giving happiness to others, your hall will be crowded with people. But if you are fasting means if you are going without food, if you are living in poverty, nobody will notice you. Even if they notice, they'll just pass by you. They won't wait to talk to you. They'll think it's a waste of time, waste of energy talking to a man who is in trouble, deep trouble. So the same people who attend your party will say bye to you. They won't help you. Succeed and give. It helps you live. If you succeed in your life, tomorrow you get a very good job and you start drawing a handsome salary, then others will be with you because you are happy. So that helps you to live. And if you help others, others will help you in return. But then nobody can help you die. When you are dying, what does a die mean here? When you suffer, okay? When misfortune befalls you, others won't be there with you. No man can help you. So think about physical death itself. When a man is dying, can others help him? No. A dying man has to go to his grave alone. Others cannot accompany him. Even his dear ones cannot go with him. Correct? There is room in the halls of pleasure. It's a hall of pleasure where you arrange a party. A hall that spreads happiness. If you have got a hollow room of pleasure, there is enough space in the hall for a train to pass through. What does it mean? Even 1,000, 10,000 people can enter the hall of pleasure. There is room. Room means here space. In the halls of pleasure for a large and long train, lovely train. That means so many people They can be accommodated, or they'll be happy to sit in this room with you, talking to you. But we all should remember that one by one, not together, one after another, we must all file on, walk forward, go forward through the narrow aisles of pain. Ale is actually a narrow passage. Okay? Think of a cave, a narrow cave. How can you get into it? See, if there are 10 people with you, can all of you go together? No. It is narrow, it is so narrow that people have to enter the cave one after another. Think of a theater. In a theater or an auditorium, you'll find chairs on the right side, seats on the left side as well. In between two rows of seats, you have got a passage. So how do you walk on that? One by one after another. So if there is a hall of pleasure, you can go together. But if there is a hall of death or sufferings, you need to go one after another. That means you need to walk alone when you die, when you suffer, when you are in trouble. One by one, we must all file on through the narrow aisles of pain. Pain, sufferings, sadness, sorrows that we have got. Okay? So, what's the poet trying to tell us through this poem? The poet is trying to highlight a universal truth in this poem. What is a universal truth? A universal truth is something that is accepted the world over. Whether you're in Asia or America, Africa or Australia, that is true. It is true everywhere, universal truth. What's the universal truth here? The world, the society in which you live will never welcome your sorrows as it welcomes your happiness. Others will welcome your happiness and joy, fortune, but it will not welcome the external world, will never welcome your sufferings, your hardships, or your sorrows. So what do? In spite of the difficulties that we face in our life, we should know how to conduct ourselves. Okay? The moment we come out of our houses, we should forget about our worries. No, everybody has got difficulties, but you can't go to the public and talk about your difficulties to everybody always. If you do it, nobody will like you. You can sit at home and shed your tears alone, but you can't shed your tears in the public. Because others, even if you do that, nobody will help you. They can't come to your rescue. You need to suffer alone. That is the reality of the world. So the poet says that all of us are left with two kinds of choices in our life. Okay? Two types of choices. The first one, we can laugh, we can sing, we can rejoice, we can feast. So we can laugh, we can sing, we can rejoice, and we can feast. The second set of choices, you can weep, you can sigh, you can fast, or you can grieve. We do both, there's no doubt. But which is better here? The first one or the second one? Definitely the first one. Why is it? If you don't do the first one, accept the first one, first set of choices, others will never like you. You'll be a failure in this world. Right? So if you want to attain success, make great achievements, you should have a positive approach in your life. Correct? The moment you come out of your house, you should put on a smiling face. You put on a smiling face not because you're always happy, but because you don't want to irritate others with your sorrows. Then you will succeed in your life. That's a message that the poet is giving you through the poem. So there are a number of examples of personification and metaphor in this poem. Look at the very first line of the poem. What is it saying? Laugh, the world laughs with you. Can the world laugh? You and I can laugh, but the world cannot laugh. So when the poet says the world is laughing, that is an example of personification. What is personification? Personification is something in which an object is described as a human being. Okay? So if you attribute human qualities to an object, that becomes personification. So in the first line, what is personified? The world is personified. Look at the third line. The poet says, the earth is sad, the sad old earth. The earth can't be sad. You can be sad, he can be sad, she can be sad, I can be sad. The earth cannot be sad. So when the poet says the earth is sad, obviously that's an example of personification. See, the poet also says that the hills will answer. If you sing, the hills will answer. Can the hills answer? Can the hills sing a song? No, you can sing a song. So when the poet says the hills are singing, the hills are personified. Okay, so that's another example of personification. Look at the examples of metaphor now. What is metaphor? Metaphor is rupaka in our language. That's an indirect comparison between two objects or two persons. The poet uses the expression nectared wine to talk about, to indicate our joys, happiness. So nectared wine and our happiness are indirectly compared. So that's an example of metaphor. Similarly, life's gall. What is life's gall? Sufferings in our life. So sufferings are described as life's gall. Another example of metaphor. Halls of pleasure. There is a hall that is synonymous with pleasure. So what's the comparison here? The hall is compared to a happiness, halls of pleasure. Similarly, the ale, narrow path, is compared to pain, sufferings in our life. Okay, so there are 4 examples of metaphor. First one, nectared wine, life's gone, halls of pleasure, and ales of pain. Now let us look at some of the questions that can be asked on this poem. The first question: how does the poet present the relationship between the individual and the outside world? Let me repeat. How does the poet present the relationship between the individual and the outside world? Second question: how does the poet bring out the realities of life in the poem? How does the poet bring out the realities of life in the poem? Third question: what attitude should we adopt in our life according to the poet? What attitude should we adopt in our life according to the poet? The last question: how does Wilcox, the poet, how does Wilcox show that we all exist in a life of in a state of solitude. How does Wilcox show that we all exist in a state of solitude? Okay. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'll come back to you with another lesson. Thank you.